Conventions that my magazine, challenges is that you need a certain type of person to be your model. Also, it targets young black men who are trying to, make it in the football industry who don't really know how to do it yet. It encourages them that there, is a chance that you don't have to be, 6'7" and 327 pounds just to make it out here. It's supposed to inspire children, and not children, but my demographic. And the social groups that it affects, it basically high schoolers that want to make a life in football but just don't know how to yet. And it also challenges the fact that stereotypical, height and weight don't really matter. You could be, as amazing as the next person without having to be, the same physical stature as them. The So for my magazine, if I wanted to make it like a product and not just football and like a specific product, it would have to be the accessories, like the gloves, the cleats, the pants, that type of stuff. And how it would, exceed with my audience, how my audience, would interact with my magazine. I have the little QR code so that they can look for it and scan it like it's like a Where's Waldo type of thing where they look for it and like, oh, there we go. And they could try to, they don't know where they're getting. They might get, free gloves, discounted cleats, who knows. And where, like, how my magazine would be distributed as real media, probably most likely, the sports stores, Dick's, and maybe even barbershops here and there. So that basically where my target audience would most likely be. So it wouldn't be at, a beauty salon, but it would most likely be at a men's, not even a men's warehouse, as in like Foot Locker, or probably different sports at the mall, or even the gym, even like the lobby of a sports rehabilitation center. So in the beginning of the year, I used strictly Photopea. Like it was just Photopea and Canva. I didn't get into the Adobe stuff like InDesign and Photoshop until later in the year because I didn't know I could, right? So in the beginning of the year, we did this exercise where we were testing out Photopea and just doing random things with it. You can even see in my blog where I was just, I had one picture where I just blew up a girl's nose just because I didn't know what it was doing. And then you can see some of the edits I've done on my other pictures where I've used the thing instead of blowing up like a nose just to a ridiculous amount. I made one arm just look buff or like the ball look more curved in the arm or something like that. And then with Photoshop, that just transformed everything even more because I went from being able just, just to have the picture, like my main cover. It didn't even have, I wasn't done. Like I didn't use that with Photoshop. That was straight Photopea. That's why you see the background. But then once I got Photoshop, I was able to take out backgrounds and add different effects to different pictures and make it look tremendous. This process was fun, but it was very stressful. As in, I would use a good three softwares just to create one picture that would look amazing. So I would use, in the beginning, it was just Photopea and Canva. I would use Photopea to edit the photos, then Canva to either put drawings on it or to put a little flair on it. Like that's what Canva does. And then as I got into Photoshop and then, all the other Adobe products type stuff, that's when the drawing started to come in. That's when all the other cool effects that you see in my magazine actually started to come out. But it took so much time. Like even there was one point where I had to put the colors of like the base colors in Photopea just so that it can look as vibrant as it does in Canva and then put it into the main software for it to be my main cover. It was a very long process with multiple steps, but I enjoyed it every single way and I would definitely do it again.